as you can see, the truck is turned around. Good news, the motor's in, it is running, no more smoking. I took it up the road, she drives good. I missed a lot of that on the footage wise. I ended up somehow corrupting a couple of video files. I don't know how, but it happened. Anyway, the truck is pretty much done. I gotta tune it yet, not a big deal. I'll work on that later this week. I got my lights sorted out. I got the intercooler mounted in a better position now, so I can actually put the grill back on it, even though I destroyed it by accident. Not a big deal though. After we get it tuned and everything, and she's running good, I'm gonna try and get some radials and a different set of wheels. I'm gonna try and take this down into the drag strip here in a few weeks, and we're gonna test her out and see how she's gonna do. And then after that, we are going to go ahead and try to source the 4-link kit for this thing. I have a whole new rear end for it, 323 gear set. Being turboed, you don't really need a tall gear ratio to get it rolling, and plus it'll help in all my other areas of highway and my first and second gear. It'll help lengthen them out a little bit, so it'll help out with that. So forth on like that, but that's a little bit later down the road after we get it tuned, and she's gonna hold together. Cross your fingers that she holds together. What I did take up the road, drove good. The only funny noises it had was detonation, and that was really about it, but that's because it's lean. I tuned it with the headers when I had it together last, but it's not enough fuel now for it. Plus I have a whole new engine management system. I got a new terminator for it, a whole new harness. I eliminated trying to eliminate everything that was causing the cutting out issue. So, but without any more rambling, let's go ahead and check her back out. All right, everybody. So, some things changed. Obviously, I'm now running a grill. I got hood pins now. But she's back together now. I gotta find my cover for the fuse box, put turbos on. Everything's back the way it was once before. She fires up, she idles nice. No more smoking, which has got me happy. I got to run my lines to the blow-off valve and the wastegate yet. I still got to order a max solenoid and wire it in, and I need to get a momentary switch for the 2-step. Other than that, she's pretty solid now. But yeah, it'd be a quick little video here. Just getting her all set up and everything. Well, I guess the hood didn't want to stay shut anymore, or open. Alright, now I got my keys. Let's fire this pig up for you guys. It's coming on. Fires right up. No issues. We have about 40 at idle, which ain't too bad. I mean, it drops down to about 30 when she's hot. Not really so much I can do right now. I want to drive it so bad, but I can't, just because I don't have a laptop to help with fueling. She's idling a little rich now. If you don't know, if you turbo it, you have a restriction, so it's not getting as much air at idle, so you got to lean it up a little bit. You see, it's a pretty stout cam. They don't have much at vacuum at idle. The haul is mounted on the dash. I still gotta do something here with the center. I got the whole center console for it. Now that it's running and I get it tuned and it's going to hold, this is what I'm going to tackle first before the rear end. I relocate the shifter into this hole. I'm going to make a whole new plate. I want to put a switch panel in here for some sorts of things. Might put a bottle on it just for, you know, security or whatever. You never know. But yeah, let's do a walk around here. Future is the fact that it does have a little chatter in the motor. I don't know if it's piston slap or not. The place that I had bore the block for the 30 over pistons, I don't know if they went a little too far or not. I'm kind of questioning it. I don't know if it's piston slap, but I also had to have the rod wrist pin holes honed a little bit as well for the new wrist pins. For those that don't know, the Gen 4 rods, they're .4945, and the wrist pins that I got were .947, I think, something like that. It was like 2,000ths difference, but they wouldn't fit. So I had them hone the rod holes for the wrist pins. I don't know if they accidentally went too far and it's piston slapping on the wrist pin, or if it's slapping on the wall. That I'm not entirely certain of. But either way, I'm gonna run it. If it gets a little worse, we'll go from there. Chances are, if it starts making noise, I'm just gonna hold her to the floor. And we're gonna send her out with a bang. But until then, I just figured I'd give you guys a quick little update. She's pretty much done, running wise. Clutch is in, clutch holds perfect. I did get into boost a little bit. I hit probably about 4 or 5 pounds, and then it started to chatter, and I looked down, the AFR was at like 25, so I just immediately backed out and I just kind of cruised it back to the house. Shut it off. It was I had it running for about an hour or so, idling and just kind of working itself through. The Holley is self-tuning a little bit, but there's only so much it can do, you know. So with that being said, I cranked it back up. I flat foot cranked it. If you don't know, if you hold on most Chevrolets anyhow, or Holley, stuff like that, if you hold the gas wide open, you crank it, you can actually kind of hear if you got a dead hole or not. You can crank on, and it'll spin over, and you know, you'll either have a or you'll have a you know what I mean. So all holes are still hitting, so I'm happy there. At least the compression is relatively even on all 8. No halfway dead holes or anything like that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I was kind of worried a little bit when I first fired it up and I was letting it run. It smoked a good bit. I was kind of like, oh great, you know, but she runs now, so we'll finish it up from there. In the meantime, I'm get it tuned. I'll probably try and film a little bit of that for you guys, for those that you're interested. And then that's all good. I'm gonna work on finishing up the wiring and try and take it down to the track. I got to borrow a trailer from my boss, and then we'll haul this pig down there just in case it does break. I ain't got to worry about getting back or anything like that, and we'll go from there. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.